So what are we looking at here? We're looking at a little red spot. That's a scar from my carpal tunnel surgery that I had done 3 weeks ago. Today I'm going to have the other one done. What they do is they have a laparoscopic camera. They make the small slit. Then they feed in this kind of knife type arrangement with the camera. And what they do is they can see the top of the tunnel. It kind of looked like a white sheet on the, you can actually watch them doing it on the monitor. And they just cut that, run that little knife right by it. You can see it, cutting, and then it's basically over. They stitch you back up. The whole surgery is probably like 5 minutes. Of course, there's time to, you got to have the medicine in you to numb the pain, for the pain and different things like that. And you have to make sure that you recover completely and everything. You never go out from it. And the doctor even suggested this time, oh, do you want a Xanax when you're in here to, to help with any anxiousness about getting the surgery done? So I said, yes, I would appreciate that a lot. And so they even told me it was 2.25 milligrams of the Xanax. And I took it, then like about 20 minutes later, he kind of didn't care so much about having the surgery. I didn't feel particularly loopy or anything like that. But, you don't feel it, but you probably are. I notice when I'm taking things like that, I end up talking even more than I talk already too much. So it was just interesting. And, if you're doing that, you have to have someone drive you there. You've got to do that anyway because you can't use your hand, and you have to keep your hand above your heart for so long. There's some other stuff that you have to do too. You want it to heal and heal quickly. The doctor said about this one that, okay, I had it done on the 22nd of last month, and today's the 15th of the next month, so. But on the 5th of this month, he took the stitches out, and he had trouble fooling with one, and he said, the problem is, I said something about, a doctor told me I heal really quickly from things like that, and he's getting the out. I had 2 stitches. He's kind of fiddling with one stitch to get it out, and he says, yeah, you heal too quickly, because, that stitch could have come out earlier. But anyway, so that's the surgery, and so that means I shouldn't get any of this numbness anymore. And carpal tunnel, I believe you get it from repetitive motion. I've done jobs with a lot of repetitive motion, and using phones. That's probably going to be the new injury of the the next 10 and 20 years. But then we have to attack the thumb problem. I have arthritis in the thumbs, and while he was doing the stitches in this one, I had a cortisone injection in this one. It's kind of interesting. They had this blue bottle, and it just started pouring the stuff out. He turned it over, and it's dripping on my skin, and my skin's getting really, really cold. And he says, oh, eventually it's going to turn white. And I said, I can see the hairs are turning white. And he says, that, that's good enough. So he went in there with a, fairly significant sized needle and quite a bit of liquid in it. And he put it into that joint. And the thing numbed it pretty good. I mean, I could still feel it, but, it isn't like what you would think it was going to be without that. I mean, I've had cortisone shots in my hand for trigger finger, which I had to have a couple, but it's worked. I don't have an issue with it again. I mean, occasionally happens, but I think it must be the way I sleep or something, that I do something to the hand and it happens again. But so when they're taking stitches out on this one, I'll get a cortisone injection in this thumb. And what I'd say about this thumb, so we've only had it from 10 days from the initial cortisone shot that I can tell already that my thumb hurts a lot less often, but there are some times when it can hurt a lot. But going from hurting most of the time to only hurting a lot once in a while, to me, is a big benefit. And supposedly, according to him, this is going to continue to get better to some degree because of the steroid injection. And they have Novocaine, not Novocaine, it's probably lidocaine, in the shot too when they give it to you. So that kind of numbs your thumb up. And so for the first, let's say 12 hours or something, you've got this painkiller in you, so it doesn't hurt that much. Well, but then by the time 24 hours come on, that's worn out, and you might start experiencing that level of pain again. But it seems like as it goes on, you have less and less pain. So I don't know if that's gonna solve this problem. And one of my brothers had the surgery done, and they take something out of your arm, a ligament, and put it there. You have a cast that you got to wear, and they take that off. You got to do physical therapy, and that just isn't something I want to do right now. My wife is handicapped. I take care of her. Losing one hand for months would be a big problem. My brother said he never got his complete strength back in his hand, even after the surgery. But of course, again, having less pain and having your thumb working correctly but not fully is, again, a major win if you look at it critically. So that's the scoop, the medical scoop. Carpal tunnel happening today, the 15th. And then we'll, probably, in 2 weeks, we'll have the stitches out and they'll do that injection of the other thumb. Bye.